So people say to me all the time, they say, I'm not good at writing because I don't know the words. I don't know what words to use. That could be a problem, but it's not the biggest problem. It's not the biggest challenge we face when it comes to writing. The biggest challenge we face actually is structure. Structure comes before words. Earlier today, I had you walk around the room and pick out your favorite quotes of writing from various famous people. There's something that wasn't on the wall that is my favorite quote about writing. According to the internet, Hemingway said it. I don't know if it's true that Hemingway said it. It's just according to the internet, but it works for our purposes, so we're going to use it. And that quote is, "Prose is architecture, not interior decoration." So what that means is that you have to build a house before you can decorate the walls, right? You can't just put stuff on the walls if there's no walls. In writing, what that means is that structure and outlining are the architecture, and the words are the interior decoration that you put on the walls after you've built the house. So we're going to talk a little bit about building a house in terms of writing and how that can make your writing much more effective if you learn how to build a house accurately and completely. So, first of all, how many of you outline before you write anything? How many of you? I see a couple hands, not enough. We're going to talk about outlining. I'm going to teach you one way to outline. It doesn't have to be the way that you ultimately outline, but you do have to outline every time you write something. I still outline every time I write more than a one-paragraph email, and I've been a professional writer for 40 years. So the purpose of outlining is to give yourself direction and structure before you start putting words in. So in order to think about outlining and think about that structure, let's take a little trip back to 4th grade English class. Some of you are going to like that, some of you aren't. I'm going to ask you some questions that you probably learned in 4th grade English class. There's no shame, none at all, in not knowing the answers. If you gave me, for instance, a test from 4th grade science class, I probably would pass, but there's some things I'd get wrong. That's okay. Science is not my thing. Writing and editing and language is sort of my thing. So if you're someone who didn't like 4th grade English class, didn't pay attention as much as you should have, don't remember some of these things, that's okay, because we're going to relearn them now. If you're someone who paid a lot of attention to 4th grade English class and had a lot of fun with it, you may already know these answers, and it may just be review, and that's okay too. That's what we want to get to. Okay, so first basic question. What's a sentence? A sentence. Somebody tell me what a sentence is.
A subject and a verb.
A subject and a verb. Yeah, that's what's in a sentence. It's not what a sentence is, really. Well, and you don't actually need a subject in a sentence. If this building was on fire and I yelled out to you, "Run!" Well, that's a complete sentence. It's only a verb. The subject is implied. You run. But that's what's in a sentence. But really, what's the essence of a sentence? What is a sentence? Anybody?
A complete thought.
A complete thought. Good. We'll go with that. Some sentences could be more than one thought, but let's go with the complete thought. That's a good definition of a sentence. Okay, now, going a little higher then. What's a paragraph? What's a paragraph?
A collection of sentences.
A collection of sentences. Good. We're getting there. There's one more word I want in there. A collection of what kind of sentences?
Related.
Related. A paragraph is a collection of related sentences. And when I say related, I do not mean like third cousin twice removed related. I mean closely related. I mean sibling, parent and child, maybe first cousins. I mean closely related sentences form a paragraph. Okay, now, for $1 million and a new car, neither of which I'm actually going to give you, what's a topic sentence?
The first sentence in a paragraph?
The first sentence in a paragraph. That's right. Sometimes it's the second sentence. Its place in the sentence is not entirely what defines it. But let's say it's the first sentence in a paragraph. It is the defining sentence in a paragraph. Everything else in that paragraph, every sentence, every complete thought in that paragraph needs to support the topic sentence, flow from the topic sentence, and make the same point as a topic sentence, but with more data, more evidence, more detail, etc. So what do you do when you change topics? What do you do when you change topics?
A new paragraph?
A new paragraph. If you change a topic halfway through a paragraph, guess what? It's time for a new paragraph. Now, you stitch your paragraphs and sentences together with what we call the secret sauce of good writing. Transitions. If you can master the use of transitions to connect your sentences and paragraphs, your writing will improve significantly and almost immediately. So now we're going to spend some time talking about transitions, doing some exercises with transitions. I'm going to have you identify transitions or try to identify transitions in some of the writing exercises that are in your book. I'm going to give you a chart with a list of various transitions, and we'll go through that as a preface to getting back to the concept of outlining and how that works.